What's that?
I'll broadcast
No,
since, since we have both you in here now. Okay. What was it on a table?
Yes. What are you saying? Okay.
Yeah. So that
So
So I was just mentioning to Jeff that the only reason why it's there is because if you have ke pa ni pa vo, so that's where the vo should be flat, or slightly flat. That 12/10.
Two intervals flat.
Yeah, two intervals flat. So it's slightly flat, and then if you have ke as your isan, you don't have a perfect fifth. You have a tritone-ish type interval there. It's not really a tritone because it's not there yet, but it's flat, so you don't have that perfect fifth. And so what the author here did, the composer of this piece, said, we're going to treat that as the. That way, the to ke is a whole step. You have 12 moria there, 12, that interval of 12. And so you have ke the, that becomes the. Ke the ga the ke. So you have the full whole step there,
right,
which then gives you a nice interval between your isan and your melody. And the major reason why you would do that is because there's various ways to extend the scale. And the question is, how are you extending the scale? Because all that we have with our little scale chart that I gave you is from ni to ni, or from pa to pa. What happens above that? Do you continue the scale as it is, or do you, what is your repeating section? So here they tell you, well, instead of telling you what your repeating section is it 5 notes, is it 4 notes, is it 8 notes, or 7 notes? Instead, they just give you a scale marker to tell you how you're going to continue going. So, does that make sense, John?
well, no, yeah, just.
It's a theory.
I would never have figured this out.
No, well, I didn't either. Because it was really confusing. Because I mean, part of it is like it's saying you know it's in diatonic, and then it says, well, yeah, now it's in diatonic again.
Yeah, now it's diatonic again. Yeah. So, and the major thing is a nuance that a chanter.
Right.
A chanter who has all these intervals and the nuances would need to know that.
Right.
You know, and I was chanting with Jeff earlier, just showing the change in intervals, that it's slight, but it's enough for tuning purposes that you can feel the pull when it's not a perfect fifth versus when it is. The beats to talk in physics language.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anything else in this one?
No.
Okay, sing it again.
Yes.
All right. Was that too high or was that okay? Or?
No, it was okay.
Okay.
I mean, that was kind of bumping against the ceiling, but it didn't actually break the ceiling.
Yeah. Ananes, thou hast prepared a table for me in the presence of them that afflict me. Hallelujah. Cool. All right. Shall we go back and do 1 through 6?
Sure.
And then, unless you are you fine doing 2 at a time? Like, unless you want to just finish out, is it 7 and 8? Is that all that we have?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to finish it, we can finish it. Otherwise, we'll go back and do 2 and 4 stuff.
Maybe we
Yeah,
should
either way.
finish it.
All right, you want to do that?
Finish it and then do it over again.
Okay.
Sing it.
Okay.
I mean, it's just so close to the end.
Yep.
It's a shame, unless it's hard. Let's see. Of course, it
Nope.
may be hard. Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's terribly difficult. Just little new things.
Okay.
I mean, you know the Alleluia, so.
Right. Yeah. Third and a half.
Yeah. Number 7 then.
Okay. Ooh, pop prime. Okay, you're up high there.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, let's see. Forgive for not looking at it ahead of time. All right, so
Well, we're basing it on the note we ended up on 6, right? And then it goes up.
Yes.
And we ended up on a.
And just to let you know, at the end of 6, like there's a little martiria at the end of the line, at the end of 6. That isn't always the note that you end on. That's the note that you begin with on the next line. But because there's so much space there, sometimes sometimes you end on the, depending upon the hymn, and then that tells you reset, go back to pa.
Oh, okay.
So it may or may not. This one happens to say the same thing, but it may or may not agree. If it was right next to your Alleluia, then it should be the same.
So it ends in pa. This starts in K.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we're okay. All right.
And then we switch to pa diatonic.
Right, so I thought of that. That's good. And then, is that K diatonic?
Yep, diatonic.
And then,
There goes enarmonico. Cup.
No, that's just a flat.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that's just your regular flat.
so that's zo there, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's just saying it's zo flat.
Yep.
And then that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent it is. Should be pretty standard. That's kind of what we've been singing, the
Right.
excellent. And how high do we go in this piece?
Your pa prime there.
Yep.
So
So,
that's.
but we
Oh, you
go
end up on pa prime.
we go down to reach pa prime.
Right. So you're at like what's your thing? 1, 2.
So we go down to reach pa prime.
So you're and you're at ga there.
Yep, the high ga again.
Right.
But you've seen it before, but now we get to see it again.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think the only reason why in the first line we switched to pa diatonic is again just the high pa, high vu, high ga relationships there. It doesn't. I don't really think in this instance. I don't really think it would matter that much to do it because you're not dealing with those intervals as we were in the last one. I think it mattered more in that one than it does in this one, but they just wanted to clarify, I guess.
Okay.
So, let's see, pa fu ga. That's fine. Is everybody are you fine with that high ga?
Yeah, I think that's.
It's not that high right now, so. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, and thy cup which filleth me, how excellent it is. Alleluia.
I guess we do just my head with the oil again. Just
Yep.
try to reach that.
So that's where we end. We'll just start from the beginning of that line.
Yeah.
So, thou hast anointed my head with oil, and thy cup which filleth me, how excellent it is. Alleluia. Okay, so we're just hitting a high D, so no problem there. And thy cup which filleth me, and thy cup which filleth me. There's a little zo.
Oh, you know what I wasn't doing.
Okay. Oh, going up to the
Well, no, I wasn't. I think I was lingering too long in that.
Yeah.
And then I was behind.
Ah.
Me.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. We good with that
Yeah.
for the moment? All right.
So we're doing 8.
Yeah, 8.
So, what the Aposticha?
No, nothing tricky.
The Aposticha. So,
Yep. So what it would be is, you could simply go anane, but really it's anes. Because this is kind of a fast. It's not a. This is not sticharic. So this is. It's in the middle. It's fast, but it's not like brief per se. So. Yeah.
I'm trying to drive it from
Okay. Yep.
Good. My senses are working.
Yeah. So the first part shouldn't be. It goes a little high. Not really. Not higher than we've gone.
No. Okay.
And I will dwell in the house of the Lord. Yeah, I think everything's pretty straightforward. Just rhythm.
Okay.
So let's read it.
Sure.
And thy mercy shall pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord unto length of days. Hallelujah. Cool. Let me do that again.
Yeah. That was quite successful.
And at the end of this one, this is where you could slow it down a little bit, because it's the end. You wouldn't have an ending to it, because most of the time, unless there's some ending to like a section of the liturgical cycle, then you would end it. But this one, you might just go Hallelujah. Yeah, exactly.
You would do that.
Yeah. So.
And when is this sung again? We went over that one, but is this a special?
I have no idea. I just think
where
it's.
it would fit in.
I think it's just extra. Yeah.
After the service.
Yeah.
Oh, before communion.
Yeah, you're saying this isn't really used in any services?
I can't think of something.
Before the communion, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it depends how long the priest is taking with things. Yeah. I mean, you can sing psalms whenever. I don't think there's any time when it's specifically specified.
Like Psalm 1 or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Again, I haven't looked. I should look. I don't know.
Question.
I have to figure out where I would look. I know one place where I would look, but that may or may not tell me everything that I want to know. But we'll see. I'll try.
Yeah, what you use a concordance that says by psalm.
When you
yeah.
I don't know if they go into that detail.
No.
I don't think that. Well, I'll get some of the Russian ones too.
A lot of stuff on the internet.
They don't miss a
and
thing.
there are times when sometimes these are used like let's say a prokimenon for certain things, when maybe this is a prokimenon, and the modern tradition is to, like for epistle or for whatever, the modern tradition is to just do the a verse. It depends on the prokimenon type, but a verse, then the first verse, and then that verse again. You just repeat those. But the more ancient tradition is to do it, and that reminds you of the psalms. So then you go back and forth, doing that verse over, and then continuing with the psalm verses, doing the verse again, and back and forth. So I'm not going to say that that's how this is done, but just there are times in the past when you might do something. Number 8.
Okay.
Ananes. and thy mercy shall pursue me all the days of my life. Let's just do that one more time.
I'm intending to sing somewhat a bit below it. I'm not sure when.
Yeah, so what this one, all the days.
That's what I'm missing. I'm just days.
Yeah, so
What is that? That's just the interval you're supposed to have.
this is because we're hitting the zo. So the kezo ke kezo, and
Natural zo.
yeah, because we're still diatonic, that it's a natural zo.
So it didn't. Oh, it didn't hit me. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, so the days of my life.
So it goes down. It goes. Flat.
You flatten it going down, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well.
And then you go back up to ke, and I will dwell in, and then in the house of the Lord. So that's the ups and downs and ups and downs. Figuring out where zo is, and singing it. Yeah.
Well.
And eventually it's just one of those things that you just feel it, and you just know where it is. Like, I'm not thinking, oh, zo's here.
Yeah, right.
So, and then the rest of it's pretty straightforward.
Right.
So let's do all the days. All right, let's just do it from the
Okay.
beginning. Let's
Okay,
do it
yeah,
from the beginning.
it's not that long.
And thy mercy shall pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord unto length of days. Hallelujah. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Shall we do it from the beginning?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. Is that an okay? Let me pick an actual note here.
Is that in the smartphone? Can you get that?
What?
Can you get that on a smartphone?
Yep.
What's the site? I'm just curious.
Well, what kind of smartphone do you have?
No, I don't want to take time on this.
No, just one. Like, do you know what type you have?
I just got this and I'm trying to learn how to use
Is
it.
it an iPhone or?
It's an iPhone, a smartphone, LG. But I didn't know how to
If it's,
drive.
I mean, is it an iPhone? No, it's not an iPhone.
Oh,
then
it's
I
an iPhone.
Hmm?
It is. I just haven't put in my number yet. No, it is an iPhone. It's a smartphone. Is that the same thing?
Nope.
Nope.
It
Okay,
doesn't
well.
look like an iPhone to me.
Okay, well.
We can look at it at the end.
All right.
I'm
I
pretty.
will
It
take
doesn't.
time. I was just curious. I'm trying.
Yeah, it doesn't look like an iPhone to me. Anything with
Okay,
the front
I see
screen.
what you mean. This is a smartphone.
It's a smartphone.
LG.
That's not an iPhone.
Nope.
Okay.
No, an iPhone is also a
It's my
smartphone.
TV.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what they said. I mean,
Yeah, an iPhone is also a smartphone. It's like calling what is it, tissue versus a Kleenex.
okay, so an iPhone.
All Kleenex
is that
or-
an Apple product?
Yeah,
that
this
the
is Apple.
That's the reason. This is LG. Okay.
Yep.
So
So
that's
that's
this is
Samsung,
not-
right? Or something.
It's like calling champagne, but it's not made in France.
Sparkling wine.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I'm not gonna say.
champagnes and sparkling wines, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna say which is champagne and which is not champagne, but
I know. I'm well. Now
that is for another
I know
debate.
what you have. So
if I had
know what you
Patricia
think.
here, I think no.
All right.
Okay, the Lord is my shepherd. So, what note did I make? That gives us a high flat, assuming that we don't go anywhere. So we'll see. Ane, anes. The Lord is my shepherd, and shall not want. Hallelujah. In a place of green pasture, there hath he made me to dwell beside the water of rest. Hath he nurtured me. Hallelujah. He hath converted my soul. He hath led me on the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Hallelujah. For though I should walk in the midst of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Hallelujah. Thy rod and thy staff, they have comforted me. Hallelujah. Thou hast prepared a table for me in the presence of them that afflict me. Hallelujah. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, and thy cup which filleth me. How excellent it is. Hallelujah. And thy mercy shall pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord unto length of days. Hallelujah.
Huh.
Cool.
Very
Yeah.
good.
There you go. You know, and I think maybe we'll keep singing it over time just to get it more kind of ingrained.
Naturally, yeah.
And then, I mean that's a good speed right there. I don't think that's a good speed. So.
Okay, cool.
All right. Listen to John Boyer or move to tone 4.
Oh, let's go into
Tone 4. All right.
Tone 4 is what?
Tune 4. You're doing the Aposticha, right?
Yeah, the Aposticha.
Oh.
Yep. So slow tone
So I
4.
think did you say it's applicable first? Is it just? I mean, it's not like there's a setting of this for every tone, right? Just
no.
This one just happens to be in.
Yeah.
So happens.
I'll bring if I remember. I'll try and remember. Or remind me like the night before.
And are there certain songs that are always like in certain tones?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't see like a setting of this in tone 1 or.
Yeah, I don't know how they choose.
Particularly this, since it's really not liturgical, it would just never
they
show
can
up
just
in
pick
like
it. Yeah. There's not. Sometimes there's a specific tone for a specific psalm.
Right. I know you said like the stuff for the martyrs tends to be in tone 4.
Yeah, yeah.
This is slow.
Yeah, I'm not really
I
sure
don't know
why.
about Psalms.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I mean, I think it's just what the content is.
I don't know, just sort of falling into certain tones and it just that's.
Yeah. Yeah, I really have no idea
Probably
why.
can't get it published if you try to do it in tone 8.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that.
Yeah. The Lord is my shepherd is not a
Yeah.
a happy tune. The Lord
Yeah, that's probably something with the content,
is
yeah.
my shepherd, and I will. No, I mean, you could. It gives a whole different. It'd be very interesting to do the same psalm, 2 different tones, and to see like you could probably do that in the context of a concert, and people wouldn't get bored because it's same text, but completely different way of understanding the words.
Right.
Because one is, the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want, heavy. The one is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. This is awesome, A whole different thing. Did we do Aposticha number 1? I remember going.
Oh, you know what?
This is,
we do have a couple things circled and stuff written in, so you must have done it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I thought we kept going. I know we did Paralagi for 1, because we kept going on the Levi. We didn't finish.
Oh, this is the back end of it.
This is the 4th mode, right? You're doing the Lord I've.
Fourth mode, the Aposticha.
The Aposticha. So
Yeah, after the Aposticha.
Maybe we did.
I think we did pass.
Oh, the 4th slow Aposticha.
Yeah, we did after.
I got stuff written in tone 2. I mean, Aposticha 2 as well.
Yeah, we did.
We must have done it all.
We did 3 as well.
Yeah, you're right.
4.
Yeah.
I don't think we did 4. I don't think we did 4.
I don't remember that. Must have
Yeah.
been rocking last week.
Yeah, I think we just went right through.
That wasn't last week, was it?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but it was. You.
I think
you
I
were
was
here,
right.
You weren't here.
That's why, because I didn't mark
Yeah.
this up. But we did the Psalms last week,
Yep. Yeah, the
Some-
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I think. Anyways.
So I think we're on number 4.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Because I got diatonic written in here and like stuff circled.
Yeah. Okay, number 4. So this one's kind of fun.
This might be good for parallel.
Okay. Yeah, I think it will be.
Now I gotta get up. So now we're back in tone 4. So tone 4 is soft chromatic, right?
No. 10-4 is diatonic.
10-4 is diatonic.
Mm-hmm.
On this on this, I guess it's the 4th staff.
Oh, that's why that's there. Okay, because you under sought.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So sod is hard chromatic.
That's okay. I saw this diatonic symbol. I thought, okay, maybe it's one of those cases where like you're
Yeah.
but no, you're in hard chromatic here.
Yep. And then we switch to diatonic.
Right.
Back to
right,
diatonic.
just normal diatonic, yeah.
And then 3rd line's fine. 4th line, we have the Zygos scale.
That's right.
And crying out with lamentation, they said.
Back to diatonic on boo.
Yeah, back to diatonic there.
So that's what the squiggle.
That's the diatonic symbol for boo, yeah.
Yep.
For Vu or Zo?
That's for Vu. Zo has a different one.
Plus.
Yep.
Oh.
Or-
Yeah, it has a little.
Whatever you want to call
Plus
it.
at the
That's
end.
almost like
Right.
Yep.
Well, you have the Zo. It's almost the same.
Just the same.
Yep,
Very-
almost the
very-
same.
very
You
subtle
really have
difference.
to get magnifying glass.
Yep.
Alright.
And then just to let you know, with some of these things, because they're a slower hymn, and because you're changing up, you can kind of pull the rhythm a little bit. So like on and crying out with lamentation, and crying out with lamentation, they said. So you can pull that. I probably wouldn't pull that part, but you might pull the woe unto us. Sometimes people will actually write above that arga in Greek, which means slow.
Oh,
and
really?
so in English you could also write slow. So it'd be woe unto us, oh our Savior, oh, because changes the woe unto us, and then oh our Savior, O King of all. So it changes back and forth, but we don't have to do that. We don't have to have vocal motion here.
Okay.
We'll just stick with the rhythm. And then last line of that page, we just go to enharmonic there. What place holdeth, which is kind of how we would have sung it anyway.
Yeah. Isn't that? I mean, that's pretty.
As opposed to what place holdeth. This just makes it the real.
Detect the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're back to diatonic on pa.
Yep, which doesn't, for our purposes, doesn't change very much.
Right. And that's the last of the tricky stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, let's do Paralagi with the note names. And then this is the final one of the set. And then we have the Theotokian.
Right.
Alright, cool. So yeah, we'll probably just finish this up. Holiness, become at thy house. How does this go? Agia. Holiness becometh thy house, O Lord, unto length of days. Droga di gavu, gadi di keke, gadi gavu pa ni pavu gadi gavu pa ni zo ni pa vu gadi gavu pa. Let's go back one line.
Yeah.
So we went salty with tears. Vi gadi gavu pa ni pavu gadi gavu pa. So from that pa, but on not finding the ni pavu. Sorry. Ni pavu gadi gavu pa ni zo ni pa vu gadi gavu pa gavu vu gadi gavu pavu gavu vi gavu gadi gavu di kezo nizo kezo nizo kedi gavu kedi gagadi gavu pavu gavu Kavo pavo pa pa. Pavo ga pavo pa ni zo. Ni pa ni pa. Vo ga vi ga vo pa pa. Vo ga vi vo ga vi vi ni zo ni zo ke vi vi. Do that again.
Yeah.
All right, that's the Lord. Proclaim that the Lord.
Yeah.
From that the on that's the Lord.
Oh, okay.
Vi ni zo ke ni zo ke vi vi ke vi ga vo ga vi vo ga vo pa ni ke zo ke vi ga vo.
What was that last phrase again? Like
Sure.
from granting us,
Granting.
because that's where to start.
Sure. Vi ke vi ga vo ga vi vo ga vo pa ni ke. So that's ni ke zo ke vi zo ke vi ga vo. So that one's up 5 on alone.
Right.
All right. Any questions
Yeah,
there?
yeah, right, yeah.
I thought that's a long one, and it's also kind of tough. It's tough.
It's a bit. Yeah.
You know, it kind
Yeah.
of goes places where you don't really expect it to go.
No, yeah, this is kind of an interesting one.
Let me go see if anyone's here. I'm hoping that was it.
Oh, it's still
Last
at the
week
same
there was no
time
here.
again. Yeah, I can't get over it. My watch.
What time is
It's
it?
after 8.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
It's 8:01. We started at 7:07. So. Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
This
What are you doing? Oh, you're doing the
Holiness
the
becometh
words.
thy house, and then with the words.
Right.
Okay.
Agia. Holiness becometh thy house, O Lord, unto length of days, drawing nigh unto the tomb, the women sought thee with tears, but on not finding thee, Weep not, he said, but go forth and proclaim that the Lord is risen, granting us joy, since he alone is merciful.
Can we do that granting us joy again?
Sure.
Last, yeah, from there.
Sure. Granting us joy, since he alone is
The
merciful.
problem is the is.
So, yeah.
I'm not sure what we're supposed to.
I'm not getting that fifth. At least I didn't.
Let me sing it, and then
Yeah.
I don't know what I did.
so granting us joy, since he alone is merciful.
See, I didn't think okay. The is going up. I think it looks like it's going down from the other.
Alright.
Yep.
Poster.
Present charm.
All right. Granting us joy, since he alone is merciful.
Okay, I know what I did. You want to cheat myself with that gurgle?
Oh yeah, that's where one of those combos that you don't always see.
Well, yeah,
It's a jump up
That's
with
kind of a queer.
yeah. Where
Okay.
the Gorgon.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, and I think you can kind of see how you can pull on when it's talking about people saying things and it woe unto us and things. You can kind of pull and go back and
Yeah.
forth out of rhythm if you want to.
Sure.
I'm not really sure. On the second page it says, and an angel answered them, "Weep not," he said, "but go forth and proclaim that the Lord is risen." The he said, I assume that means the angel.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, is the angel saying Christ said this? You know, don't weep, but proclaim that the Lord
is
is
he
risen.
quoting? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure. Is the angel quoting, or is this
The angel saying.
the angel saying?
You know, but look at the punctuation.
Well, there is none.
Well,
No,
there's
there
the
is
colon.
a colon.
Well,
the
yeah.
colon usually means it's the same thing as having
Quotation marks.
quotation marks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
So it looks like what you said originally. Christ said,
Uh,
"Weep not," he said.
that the
but go
angel's
forth."
quoting
But
Christ.
The Lord's,
That the angel might be quoting Christ.
yes, because Christ commanded them to go forth.
Yeah.
It looks like that's a quote.
So I'm
a
not
direct
sure.
Quote.
Oftentimes, oftentimes he's I'll have to see whether oftentimes they'll capitalize he if it's talking about Christ, but
I see. Yeah.
you know, it doesn't always mean that.
All right.
That's kind of a nuanced thing, but it's just a curious thing.
Well, it could just be a typo.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to read too much in that.
We could be theologizing. I don't think it hurts the message either way.
Yeah, right.
No, but the colon means it's a quote.
Yeah.
Usually means
A little,
Yeah.
little poetic ambiguity there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
usually, I mean, we don't have quotes here, but usually.
Yeah.
if you
Oftentimes
say-
there's quotes right
in the
after
middle of a
it.
sentence, you put a colon and then you quoting something. It usually means like you should have quotation
Yeah.
marks, right?
Yep.
Hmm?
I'm not an
That's how I
expert.
view it. Yeah, that's how I've done it.
I used to have.
Um,
I think that's what I would.
So next week we'll finish off with the Theotokian, and then we'll go to all we have left is Plagal 1 and Grave Mode. So we'll do Plagal 1. Probably.
Going too fast.
Right?
Oh, we just played the one in grade mode.
Well,
Grade mode.
of all the diatonic things.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, haven't
Yeah.
we done 2 and 6 yet?
No, we haven't done anything for 2 and 6.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Didn't think I missed it, but.
No. We'll get to 2 and 6.
All right.
I think the tradition is to do everything diatonic.
Diatonic, well, that makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
And then we get little nuances that kind of teach it, and then you go
like
into
start seeing chromatic stuff and
Right,
harmonic
start-
stuff, and then.
that's how they teach it, right?
Yep,
You
yep.
start with diatonic.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're diatonic. Look, we got some hard chromatic
We're
stuff.
getting there.
Yeah.
So you are going to be here on Saturday, you thought?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did.
I don't envision there
But
Is
I
there
being.
anything
I'm in interval.
funky about
so-
the